Hey Sagittarius, how are you? I hope that you are doing so well. Welcome or welcome back to my channel. My name is Nina, otherwise known as Sinfulpluto. And today we are doing your love predictions for February 7th all the way till March 4th. Okay? So basically the Venus and Aries transit. So yeah, this is going to apply to Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. And before I get into this reading, I really encourage all of you to use your discernment and critical thinking while watching this video, okay? Please keep in mind that this is a general reading. It's not going to apply to everyone. Nothing that I say is set in stone. Take what resonates, leave the rest that doesn't. And last but not least, enjoy yourself, have a good time, grab a snack, get some water, sit back, relax, okay? So yeah, let's just get right into it. And before I do though, I just want to mention really quick that I'm hosting a Valentine's Day Tarot Challenge. Yeah. If you want to check it out, it's on my Instagram and Twitter at Sinfulpluto, and it basically just is a way to encourage all of us to reflect and contemplate our patterns in relationships, our patterns in love, to contemplate whether we take care of ourselves enough and what we need to do better in our lives and what we need to do better in order to empower ourselves and things along those lines. All right, so if that's something that you're into, let me know. I mean, not let me know, but go check it out on my Instagram and Twitter. You'll find it there, I promise. So yeah, let's just go ahead and get started. Again, Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. So I am using, by the way, the Ophidia Rosa Tarot. I'll be linking it down below if you're interested. I like it a lot. So let's get into it, my loves. Alright, so Sagittarius. What's going on in Sagittarian's love life? What's going on in the love lives of Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus? What do they need to know? What should they be expecting? What's going on between February 7th through March 4th? What's going on for Sagittarius and their love life? Too many cards. What's going on with Sagittarius and their love life? Whether they're single or in a relationship, what's going on? From February 7th all the way through March 4th. All right, ooh, okay. Bottom of the deck is the Chariot reversed. I think, who else got that? Oh no, that was something different. Okay, so we have the Queen of Wands reversed. Okay, so this could be you or another person. Reverse the roles however way you need to. We have the Lovers reversed, so this could be Gemini energy. Maybe you're dealing with a Gemini, or maybe there's just some lack of harmony within your relationship. We have the Chariot reversed. Okay. And then under that is the King of Cups reversed. High Priestess reversed. And then the Four of Swords reversed. Right here. Alrighty. So, actually, let me put that right here. Yeah, okay. Alright, Sagittarius. So, interesting. So there's someone, okay, so whether this is a relationship, whether you are dating, whatever this is, whatever dynamic you're in, okay? We have the Queen of Wands reversed, which could potentially be you. I don't know. You're going to have to confirm this for me, all right? Everyone's different. But we have the Queen of Wands reversed, which talks about someone who's really hot-headed, who is feeling incredibly hot-headed. This, to me, kind of reads as someone who doesn't feel validated, someone who kind of feels ignored, someone who feels like their beauty isn't being acknowledged, their love isn't being acknowledged. This Queen of Wands really gives me the feeling of just being really frustrated. Again, feeling very hot-headed and like very loudly expressing their dissatisfaction within this relationship, especially with this Lovers reversed, right? And with the Chariot reversed of like a lack of progress, a halt in progress, feeling really distracted, feeling really unsure of how to move forward within this dynamic, within this relationship. With the Lovers reverse, this to me talks about a disharmonious relationship. This to me talks about a lack of communication, even because it's Gemini energy, right? And Gemini is communication. This to me talks about miscommunication, a lack of communication, not really understanding one another, whether it's on purpose or not. You might be asking, well, how do you purposely like not understand each other? No, someone can purposely go out of their way to like not understand what you're trying to say. Maybe this Queen of Wands feels like she's not being heard, especially with this King of Cups reversed, who is emotionally unavailable, who is emotionally indifferent, aloof. This King of Cups to me feels like they could be keeping some sort of secret with the Lovers or with the with the High Priestess reversed. They could be that they're keeping secrets, or they're not being completely honest with you. Maybe they're being obscure, telling you half truths, that sort of stuff. But I feel that they're not getting a lot of rest over that. Maybe they feel guilty about it for some reason with the Four of Swords reversed. Maybe they're overthinking it. Maybe they are truly like, even though they're coming off as this King of Cups reversed as emotionally indifferent and emotionally uninvested, it feels that mentally they're really going through it. They're like overthinking, they're overworking themselves, they're overstimulating themselves, and I wonder if it's because they're guilty or because they're working so hard to try to keep up some sort of lie or obscurity, or they're trying to like just not talk about their feelings for something. Maybe they're just not being completely honest about how they personally feel about this relationship, or about how they feel about something, whatever's going on between you two in general. It just feels like there's just like not a lot of talk between you two. There isn't a lot of like back and forth. It's like this Queen of Wands is like definitely having her voice heard. Like she's being loud. She's trying to, she's trying to be heard. Like she's trying to like make her point go across. But I feel like this King of Cups reversed isn't really saying anything. He's not really doing anything. He's not really reacting. He's just really indifferent. He's aloof. He's not invested. It just feels like he doesn't really care, which is so weird. And with the Chariot reverse, this to me talks about a halt in progress. This to me talks about a lot of distractions. It could be that there are other people who are kind of like being nosy within this dynamic, nosy within this relationship. They're like, they're not minding their business. They're not minding the business that pays them. I'm pretty sure that's how that quote goes. And I feel like their unsolicited opinions and advice just isn't really helping, because like this relationship is literally between you and this other person, not you, this other person, and 10 other people. So if you have been putting other people in your business, or if you have been airing out this person's dirty laundry, or if you have just been venting to other people about this relationship, even if it's your best friend, I feel like, yes, it's okay for you to vent, but like don't give out all of like the dirty nitty gritty details, because that's just not relevant to them. They don't need to be knowing everything. At the end of the day, this isn't their business. And with this Lovers card, you can, oh my God, with this Lovers card, you can see like the phases of the moon. And having this Lovers reverse, it kind of just feels like there's really erratic energy going on between you and this person. Like one day everything is really good between you and this other person, and then the other day it's just completely off. It's wonky. It's not really working out. Maybe you're fighting a lot, or maybe you're just disagreeing a lot. You just don't get along. Whatever the case might be, it just feels like there's just this very on and off. Like it's very inconsistent. It's very erratic, and it's causing a lot of like sort of chaotic energy within this dynamic, and it could be causing you or this other person a lot of stress. And I can definitely see that with the Four of Swords reversed, kind of just like this overthinking, this overstimulation. Maybe you are the one who is overthinking. Maybe you are the one who is really overworking yourself, trying to analyze and like figure out the situation, but it's not really like, you're not really reaching any sort of conclusion, or a clear conclusion at least. And a lot of this, I really do feel that a lot of this confusion, a lot of this overstimulation of overworking yourself really has a lot to do and can really be solved with just keeping people out of your business. Chariot reversed, again, keeping people out of your business. People don't need to know everything, okay? The opinions and the unsolicited opinions and advice of other people could really be part of what is overworking you and making you overthink everything. It could be maybe that's why you feel so paranoid about things. Maybe that's why it's making you feel like something is going on. Maybe it's making you feel that there's some sort of ulterior motive or something that is being kept from you. And it could be that maybe there isn't really anything being kept from you, but people are making it seem as though there is, for whatever reason that might be, whether it's because they don't like this person, or maybe it's because they want to be some sort of savior for you, or whatever the case is. You know what I'm saying? So I want to clarify this High Priestess reverse. So what does this High Priestess mean for Sagittarius in their love life? What is this High Priestess? Excuse me. Maybe you are the one who is keeping secrets from this person, or maybe both of you are just not being entirely honest with one another. We have the Five of Pentacles reversed. This to me talks about power plays. Maybe some of you are like keeping bits of information from the other person, or maybe the other person is keeping bits of information from you to kind of have something over your head. Right? Maybe whatever the case is, whether it's you trying to have information over them or them trying to have information over you, it just feels like with this Five of Pentacles reverse, it just feels like a power play, and it's just not really worth it. And I also feel with this Five of Pentacles reverse, there is this desire to make things better. There's a desire to solve things, to talk things out or whatever, but maybe that's not being expressed with this High Priestess reverse, right? Maybe this person is really just like trying to play it off like they don't care, but I feel that deep down they do care, and deep down this person is overthinking. This person is like reeling in their mind all of the potential solutions and trying to work things out, but they're not really reaching a conclusion because maybe they are also distracted, or maybe they just need like a minute to themselves so that they can really figure things out. But I just feel like this overstimulation isn't really working. It's like they're trying to force two things to work out, and it's not compatible, man. And so whoever this is, whoever's overworking, overstimulating themselves, one thing that I will definitely say is that it's important to take some time to rest, to rejuvenate, to take a break, to cut yourself some slack so that you can come back to the situation with a fresh set of eyes. Because right now it feels like you're hitting the same roadblocks, hitting like the same perspectives, like just the same obstacles. And I feel that in order to really overcome those obstacles, you need to be looking at things differently. And the best way for you to have a new perspective is to literally step away from the situation for a minute, for a few days even, to give yourself some time to reflect, to meditate, to rest, to just like stop thinking about it for a minute, so that when you come back into the situation, you are rejuvenated, your mind is clear, and that way things will be easier to comprehend. Does that kind of make sense? So I'm going to put this to the side, and then we're going to pull for advice, okay? So what advice can we give Sagittarius about this love situation? What advice can we give Sagittarius about this love situation between February 7th to March 4th? What advice can we give Sagittarius? What advice can we give Sagittarius about this situation? What advice can we give Sagittarius, about this love situation? All right. Okay. So we have the seven of cups, which is all about choices, and it talks a little bit about like idealism and confusion and like being under some sort of illusion. We have the Six of Pentacles, which is reciprocation, an equal exchange of energy, an equal exchange of effort. And we have the Knight of Cups reversed. And at the bottom of the deck, we have the Ace of Wands. Under that, we have the 10 of Pentacles, and under that, we have the 9 of Swords reversed. Okay. All right, so the 7 of Cups to me tells me that it's so important for you and this other person to get your facts straight, okay? Whatever pipe dream you are being sold, whatever illusion you are being sold, that has to be cleared up, okay? Whatever illusion you are under, whatever like thing that you were convinced of, make sure that you can back it up with facts. Make sure that you have receipts with whatever allegation that you have towards this other person, okay? Make sure that you are grounded in reality and like this isn't something that someone is just telling you, okay? Make sure that this isn't just like some sort of gossip or some sort of rumor. Because if you accuse them of this thing and it turns out to not be true, you make yourself look a little bit stupid. You make yourself look dumb and like gullible, and like you don't really trust this person, even though this person might be coming off really emotionally unavailable and like maybe they're acting just like a little bit weird. Maybe there's just something that they're going through internally that they don't feel comfortable sharing with you, right? In which case, it's so important for you and this person to have open communication. There has to be an open space and a free space, a safe space for you to communicate with one another freely. And this person might not be open to it immediately, but over time, you know, really open the floor for this open communication, for truth to be said, for feelings to be heard, you know, and without criticism or without judgment, right? Openly hearing and listening to one another without trying to have a response or trying to have a rebuttal or whatever the case is, you know? And with the 6 of Pentacles, this to me really says like it's so important for you and this other person to be reciprocating one another's energy, to be exchanging energy equally, okay? This relationship, this situation, this dynamic is 50-50. One person cannot be doing 80 and the other person 20. It has to be equal. And you know, obviously there are times where one person temporarily where a dynamic temporarily has to be 80-20, but it's not because the other person doesn't want to try or they just don't care anymore, but because of some other circumstance, maybe because it's of work or some other situation where they cannot be investing too much of their energy into this relationship at this time. You know what I'm saying? But the equilibrium is always back to 50-50 at one point or another is what I'm trying to say. So with the 6 of Pentacles, this is really saying to me how reciprocation is so important between you and this other person, open communication and a willingness to work together. I also feel with the 6 of Pentacles, there has to be a compromise that has to be reached between you and this person, a willingness to compromise, a willingness to listen to one another, a willingness to come to an agreement to help each other within this situation. And with this Knight of Cups reversed, this to me talks about how you or this other person needs to be mindful of coming off as emotionally immature, of making emotionally impulsive decisions, or maybe even coming off selfish or even manipulative and trying to get things your own way, however that might relate to you, Sagittarius. I feel that with this Knight of Cups reversed, this is saying to not be so quick to feel rejected or not be so quick to think that you are being rejected, because it might not be that you are being rejected. It just might be that this person might be going through something right now and they're really overworking themselves, overstimulating themselves, and they don't have the energy at this time to give everything to you right now. And this isn't, when I say this, I don't mean, and I'm not referring to relationships that have always been non-reciprocal from jump. Okay, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about relationships or situations where this person has never given you the time of day, who has always been incredibly unavailable to you, has never provided to you in any sort of way, who has never given back to you in any sort of way, or has just continuously taken and taken and taken from you and has never given back, has never shown any sort of appreciation for you, who has always taken advantage of you. I'm not talking about that. What I'm talking about is being in a temporary stage where someone might not be able to provide a lot of their energy to you for whatever reason that might be, but it's temporary. And it's not because they're not willing to try, but it's just because they might be overwhelmed with other things that they cannot mentally be focusing on this other thing right now. Does that make sense? So yeah, that's really what I have for you, Sagittarius. I hope this was helpful for you in some way. I hope it resonates with you. Let me know in the comments down below your thoughts, your feedback, anything that you would like to share with me. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, family, loved ones, or anyone else who needs to hear this message. Subscribe to the channel, I would really appreciate it, and hit the little bell notification to know when I upload my videos. If you want to book a personal reading with me to get further insight with the situation or with anything else in your life, you can do so. You can book a reading with me at Sinfulpluto.com. If you want to find me on social media, you can do so on Twitter and Instagram at Sinfulpluto. Check out my Valentine's Day Tarot Challenge. That's it. All right. I love you. I'll talk to you later.